I'm going to try to teach Bandit to go forward today. Sometimes I want to lead him through a gate or something and he wants to stop and not come forward. And the cue to go forward is pretty much follows the lunging in the round pen. I'm going to point where I want him to go. I'm going to stay with my driving side with this stick here at his withers. I'm not going to drive him from the butt. If I was getting onto his butt, I'd want him to move it away from me. And he's already begun to learn that exercise. If I look at his hip, he's getting to where he moves it over a little bit. But I'm going to teach him to go forward on the lunge line for me. So, into a place where you can see. He always wants to turn his head to keep beside me. I'm going to point. And I'm going to tap him on the withers to make him go forward. Good boy. As soon as he goes, I'm going to stop tapping. Stop tapping as he went forward, but now he's going sideways, so I'm going to point. Point. As soon as he goes forward, I stop the pressure. Point. Point. Going forward. Now when he stops going forward, I'm going to drive him forward from the withers. The withers is the drive point. So, and as I'm lunging him, I want to keep myself as the middle of the wheel, and I want the spoke of the wheel to go right to his withers. I want to be staying right behind his withers all the time. So you're constantly moving when you're lunging. You're not driving him from the back end. You're keeping your eye on their withers, and that's the point to push him forward from. Right from here, tap, tap. Keep on moving so that I stay right at his withers. Now if he's going like he is, I'm not going to point anymore. If I point again, it means go faster. Like in the round pen. Bump his head toward me if I need to. I don't want to pull on him steady. I'm going to bump him. I want him to keep his head looking at me. If he pulls it away, I'm going to bump it back. I'm not bumping enough to stop him. I'm always staying right lined up with his withers. Now, since he's already learned to move his hip over when I look at it, I should be able to stop him by looking at his hip. But not. I don't want him backing up for me like that. If I'm letting him stand still, I want him to stand. Also want to make sure that he remembers to move his hip over when I look at it, because that's how I'm going to stop him in the lunging. I want all the same body language communication to happen as happened in the round thing. I don't want him moving every time I walk near him. And that just means he needs to pay more attention to my body language, because if my body language is not aggressive, he needs to stand still. All I'm doing is just patting him. He doesn't need to go anywhere. I just want him to stand still. Good. Well, almost good. This brings up a point. Sometimes the horse has to be sensitized. He has to be taught to respond quicker to something. And sometimes he has to be desensitized. He has to be taught not to pay too much attention to it. And the thing that they have to all pick up on is body language. Body language is how they communicate with each other. So it's the only language we can use to communicate with them. So if my body is relaxed and I'm not telling him to go anywhere, he should stand still, just like that. Really don't need him going anywhere. All I want him to do is stand still. Good boy. He might not have stood still because he knew what I wanted, but he did the right thing. If I look at him aggressively, then I want that hip to move. And I want that to translate when I'm lunging him too. Haven't asked him to go anywhere. All I was doing was walking up beside him and petting him. Good boy. Okay, I'm going to lunge him again in the same direction. Kind of a rough start. I need to practice that some more. Always stay behind his withers. Good boy. Good boy. Just like that. Took him a couple of seconds, but he moved his hip over. Now we'll try this way. Always stand behind his wither. If I get in the wrong place, it'll make it stop. If I get out of place in the wrong place, it makes him stop. So he's watching my body language. pretty good progress. We're going to work on that some more, but I think this video is probably long enough.